Thomas and the trucks. Thomas the tank engine wouldn't stop being a nuisance. Night after night, he kept the other engines awake. "I'm tired of pushing coaches. I want to see the world." The other engines didn't take much notice, for Thomas was a little engine with a long tongue. But one night, Edward came to the shed. He was a kind little engine and felt sorry for Thomas. "I've got some trucks to take home tomorrow. If you take them instead of me, I'll push coaches in the yard." "Thank you," said Thomas. "That'll be nice." Next morning, Thomas and Edward asked their drivers, and when they said yes, Thomas ran off happily to find trucks. Now, trucks are silly and noisy. They talk a lot and don't attend to what they're doing. And I'm sorry to say they play tricks on an engine who's not used to them. Edward knew all about trucks. He warned Thomas to be careful, but Thomas was too excited to listen. The shunter fastened the coupling, and when the signal dropped, Thomas was ready. The guard blew his whistle. "Peep, peep," answered Thomas and started off. But the trucks weren't ready. "Oh, oh, oh," they screamed. "Wait, Thomas, wait." But Thomas wouldn't wait. Come along," he puffed. All right, don't fuss, grumbled the trucks. Thomas began going faster and faster. Beep, he whistled as he rushed through Henry's tunnel. Hurry, hurry, puffed Thomas. He was feeling very pleased with himself. But the trucks grew crosser and crosser. At last, Thomas slowed down as he came to Gordon's Hill. "Steady now, steady," warned the driver as they reached the top. He began to put on the brakes. We're stopping, called Thomas. No, answered the trucks. Go on. Before the driver could stop them, they had pushed Thomas down the hill and were rattling and laughing behind him. Poor Thomas tried hard to stop him from making him go too fast. Stop pushing, he hissed, but the trucks wouldn't stop. Go on, they giggled in their silly way. There's the station. Oh dear, what shall I do? Cried Thomas. He rattled straight through and swerved into the goods yard. Thomas shut his eyes. I must stop. When he opened his eyes, he saw he had stopped just in front of the buffers. There watching him was Sir Topham Hatt. What are you doing here, Thomas? He asked. I brought Edward's trucks, Thomas answered. Why did you come so fast? I didn't mean to. I was pushed, said Thomas. Haven't you pulled trucks before? No. Then you've got a lot to learn about trucks, little Thomas. They're silly things and must be kept in their place. After pushing them about here for a few weeks, you'll know just as much about them as Edward. Then you'll be a really useful engine. Thomas and the breakdown train. Every day, Sir Topham Hatt came to the station to catch his train. Hello, he always said to Thomas. Remember, don't be impatient, Thomas. You can never be as strong and fast as Gordon, but you can be a really useful engine. Don't let the silly trucks tease you. There were lots of trucks, and Thomas worked very hard pushing and pulling them into place. There was also a very strange thing that his driver called the crane. That's the breakdown train, he told Thomas. The crane's used for lifting heavy things like engines, coaches, and trucks. Suddenly, Thomas could hear an engine whistling. Help! Help! The goods train was rushing through much too fast. It was a new engine named James, and he was frightened. His brake blocks were on fire. They're pushing me, he panted. On, laughed the trucks. Still whistling, help, help! Poor James disappeared. I'd like to teach those trucks a lesson, said Thomas the Tank Engine. Soon came the alarm. James is off the line! The breakdown train, quickly! Thomas was coupled on, and off they went. Thomas worked his hardest. Hurry, 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 he puffed. He wasn't pretending to be like Gordon, he really meant it. Bother those trucks and their tricks. I hope poor James isn't hurt. James's driver and firemen were feeling him all over to see if he was hurt. Never mind, James, they said. It wasn't your fault. It was those wooden brakes they gave you. We always said they were no good. Thomas pushed the breakdown train alongside. Then he cleared away the unhurt trucks. Oh dear, they groaned. Serves you right, huffed Thomas. He was hard at work, puffing backwards and forwards all afternoon. This will teach you a lesson, he told the trucks. And they answered, yes it will. They left the broken trucks, then with the crane they put James back on the rails. He tried to move, but he couldn't, so Thomas helped him back to the shed. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting anxiously for them. Well, Thomas, he said, I've heard all about it, and I'm very pleased with you. You're a really useful engine. James shall have some proper brakes and a new coat of paint, and you, Thomas, shall have a branch line all to yourself. Oh, thank you, sir, puffed Thomas. Now Thomas is as happy as can be. He has a branch line and 2 coaches all to himself. He puffs proudly backwards and forwards with them all day. He's never lonely, because there's always some engine to talk to at the junction. Edward and Henry stop quite often to tell him the news. Gordon is always in a hurry, but never forgets to say, poop, poop, and Thomas always whistles, peep, peep, in return.